Hey, it's Sarah with Loaves and Dishes, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make this delicious lasagna. Before we get into the video, be sure to subscribe if you want to see more easy videos like this. This is a great recipe, and it's a great way to have dinner on the table pretty quickly, and also it makes really great meal prep. Okay, so in my pan, I'm browning some Italian sausage. I'm using Italian sausage because it already has all the seasonings and everything. If you wanted to substitute ground beef, you could. You just would want to make sure that you add a whole bunch of seasonings and things like garlic powder, onion powder, herbs, etc. So in my bowl, I have 3 different kinds of cheeses, and now I'm adding whole milk ricotta cheese. We prefer to use the whole milk ricotta because it has the best flavor. If you wanted to use the lower fat versions, you absolutely could. And that's the same with any of the cheeses. If there's a low fat version that you want to use, you can. It's not going to taste quite the same just because the fat is what makes things taste good. So, you want to make sure that you get your meat browned all the way through. And while the meat was browning, we're just mixing up everything. Once it gets cooked all the way through, you want to add 2 jars of Classico pasta sauce. It doesn't really matter what flavor you get, just so long as it's 2 jars. And you just want to mix that around really well in your pan until it's, completely mixed up and heated through. And you want to make sure that you're scrubbing the bottom of your pan and making sure that nothing is sticking. So now we're ready to assemble the lasagna. It's really simple. You just want to spray your 9x13 baking pan. And then you want to put a little bit of the pasta sauce at the bottom. It just helps with sticking. Now we're using the oven-ready lasagna sheets, and it's really important that you don't overlap these. They can be touching but not overlapping. If you want to use the regular lasagna pasta sheets, you can. You'll just need to cook those first according to the package instructions. And you can do this in any layer that you want, but generally it's a little bit of pasta sauce at the bottom, the lasagna sheets, then a cheese mixture, and then your meat mixture. I would prefer, if I were making this, I would recommend doing the cheese mixture first, just because it's kind of stiff, and if you're trying to put cheese mixture on top of sauce, it's going to get messy and it's going to get difficult. So I would recommend doing it in this order. It's going to be the neatest. But it doesn't really matter because it's all going to kind of come together in the oven anyways, but this is just the easiest way to do it. You may also want to portion out your section, so split your sauce into thirds or fourths or whatever you think is going to be able to fit in your pan, just so that each layer is even. But again, it doesn't really matter. There's not really measurements for this part. You're just kind of doing what feels right. So that's the beauty about lasagna, is that it kind of doesn't matter. And you want to kind of compress the layers a little bit so that you can make sure that you're using up all of your ingredients. But yeah, that's it. Just watch this be assembled. It's really, really simple to make a really good lasagna. So we're almost done, and I just want to mention the other really great thing about lasagnas is that you can completely make this lasagna and you can wrap it up really well with some aluminum foil, and you can stick it in your freezer and freeze it. And then that way you have a meal that's ready to go anytime. You just take it out and bake it. the other great thing is that if you're trying to, if you're wanting to do some easy meal prep that's maybe not necessarily super healthy, this is great because you just put this together and then you portion it out and you could have dinner for a week, possibly dinners and lunches. And this is a great You've got lasagna for whenever you don't feel like cooking. You can just take it out and bake it in the oven. You would probably need to adjust the baking time. For this one, we're going to bake it at 350 for 55 minutes, and there it is. If it was frozen, you would probably need to cook it for a little bit longer. But that's this amazing lasagna recipe. Be sure to subscribe. If you want to see more recipes, be sure to check out Loaves and Dishes. And thanks for watching.